Hi guys, happy Saturday. So, alright, we're just going to go right into traditional witchcraft again. So, a little more about Cain and the whole, the lore and the Lucifer and all that. So that's what we're going to go into. Alright, so Cain Lore, Melech, Toss, Lucifer, Azazel, and Shamash. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, oh well. So all gods are not one god. Really? The ancients didn't see, oh no they didn't. So the ancients didn't see it that way. And we're not trying to put forth that claim either. And yet there are gods, great ancient spirits, daemons, who are closely related in myth and religion. We can't mistake their relation, just as a red thread connects us to the witch father who brought the cunning fire to humanity. So too does the red thread connect many of beings from whom mankind has sought wisdom. So the red thread does a lot. There's a lot to do with that. Alright, so alright, now this is what this says is this is our experience with Azazel, who is called a demon, literally a spirit, and an angel messenger. So literally both. It's pretty cool. Alright, so where did I go? Alright, so Cain and the Tubal Cain, as we've expressed in other posts, very directly in our communications with the witch father. He uses these names of himself almost interchangeably, and we have come to use them the same way. So we obviously know what he wants to be called. And there we go. Alright, so there's, where did I go? Oh, there are, other sources of information, though, that inform, our understanding of Cain Azazel, and we'd like to share them. So, we have Melech Toss. Melech Toss. Melech means king or angel, and Toss means peacock. The Peacock Angel is the central figure, the benevolent and creative Dimarij of the Yezidis. He is seen as the repentant. He is seen as repentant after the fall from God's grace, his tears quenching the fires of hell, even though there's no hell in traditional witchcraft. So the Yezidis would disagree. Others in the Arabic world, probably those practicing Islam, equate a Melech Toss with Lucifer or Satan. So Kabbalistically, Yahweh rules in the heavenly spiritual kingdom of Kether and Melchet Toss. Lucifer Azazel rules in the earthly kingdom of Malkuth. So within the sacred text of the Yezidis, the Black Book, specific reference is made of Azazel, equating the Peacock Angel with Azazel. That is really weird because I never really took this into consideration, but if I can find these pictures, I will actually show you guys. I'll put it on my public page when we had a peacock in the yard, so I did not know the connection to the peacock and Azazel and Cain. I like that. So the peacock. Where'd I go? So yeah, equating, yes, the Peacock Angel with Azazel. So there are several versions of this book, extend from the Middle Ages, copies transcribed online. Alright, now we have Azazel in alchemy, and everybody thinks Azazel is so evil and everything. No, totally wrong. So, we've touched on Azazel before, but there are some specific and noteworthy things to share about Azazel's connection to alchemical lore. So, Enoch reveals to us that Azazel shares with humanity all the metals and the art of working them, and the use of antimony. As it turns out, antimony, or stibium, was critical to the alchemical process of creating the Philosopher's Stone. So this same element was called kul, or coal, by the ancient Arabs. So you might also recall references to women decorating their eyes with this substance, and that art also being taught by Azazel. So this may, in fact, have been a veiled reference to the alchemical process and not to cosmetics at all. So Azazel, or Thoth, literally taught makeup, the art of makeup first. Really neat. So yeah, so Sir Roger Bacon, Bacon literally tells us that when antimony is processed with a vivitrol, it's a vivitrol, I've heard of that, it's like a medication, it is reduced to a noble red oil, with all of the lesser sulfur having been purified out of it in the process. Red then is Azazel's color. That's interesting. So it is doubtly his color when we consider that man is made from red clay, according to Middle Eastern tradition, and then Azazel is the master of the material world from which man is made. Not going to go into that, but right now here we have Lucifer. So always, yes, Lucifer has been pre-Christian, big time. So Lucifer, oh my holy goat, there is so much that needs to be said about Lucifer in relation to the witch father. There is so much dross to sift through, so much misinformation that has been propagated about this one figure over the millennia to reach the golden kennels of wisdom. For now, let's keep it very simple, shall we? So Lucifer is the light bearer. He is the Cain in the east, the morning star. He is the torch bearer of wisdom, inspiration, the divine spark, the cunning fire. He is the Prometheus, literally foresight, who rebelled against God, the gods, to give fire, the cunning fire, to mankind, and fell the divine grace. So that's pretty interesting. That's really interesting stuff right there. And I mean, it could go even further. So now we have Atho and Shamash. So the Nephilim, the fallen angels or spirits who descended into the material realm to interact and guide mankind, were first seen as the Shining Ones, or gods of Sumerian lore. So I'm guessing this is like the old gods. We've mentioned them before, and we'll write more about them in future posts, but for now I'd like just to make the connection between Atho, Shamash, and Azazel. So it's not a new connection. We're not the first to have made it by any stretch, so you can read this account for starters. There's a lot of information out there about goetic daemons and their counterparts and other lore, so that is really, really interesting. I like that. So Atho is the Sumerian name, while Shamash is the Babylonian name for the sun god of justice, law, and salvation. He is linked in a triad with the Nanarsin, the moon god, and Ishtar, the fertility goddess, who incidentally is represented by the planet Venus, the morning and evening star. So we have the morning and the evening star, because Venus is visible all day and then at night. Ishtar and Shamash are divine twins. So we have that. So I really like that. I like the whole idea of the witch father. Tubal-Cain, I'm really, really interested in, Tubal-Cain. There's a book, a really good book, I can't remember it. Something, The Green, I don't know, Flame maybe? But by the Tubal-Cain. Or somebody. But it's all about Tubal-Cain, and it's amazing. Yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff. Okay. Where did I go? Okay, now we have a little more about the horn god. So that would be the god of the witches. This would be Pan. This would be Azazel. Lucifer. Yes, old horny, old scratch. So, and this is the Dorset Ooser and Atho. So, the Dorset Ooser and the head of Atho are two relics with ties to witchcraft, have both sadly disappeared. Each of these relics depicts the horn god of the witches, the witch father himself. So it's really, really weird that they would actually get rid of that stuff. Alright, so the Dorset Ooser. So, the Ooser was written about in Doreen Valentine's ABCs of Witchcraft and in Margaret Murray's The God of the Witches. It was a hollow mask made of painted wood, trimmed with fur and crowned with bull's horns. The lower jaw The Ooser was movable, and it possessed a strange convex boss on its forehead. So Valentine claims that this boss was representative of the third eye, a seat of psychic power. So I've got a mask going on like that. So I like this now. Alright, so the original Ooser mask disappeared in 1897. So through a modern replica made in 1975 by John Byfleet is held in the Dorset County Museum, where it is taken out as part of a procession of Morris dancers atop the Careen Abbas giant on May Day and St. George's Day. Though some records indicate that in the 19th century it was paraded at Christmas instead. So then we have Krampus or Bartel, all the Yule demons. Alright, so it is unknown though when the original mask was made, but appeared to be in a tradition of making animal and grotesque masks to be worn in procession. In the 17th century, book Liber Pontianalitius, whatever, by then the Archbishop of Canterbury, Theodore, he stated, so whoever at the, what is that word, calends of January, calends of January, goes about as a stag or bull, that is, making himself into a wild animal and dressing in the skin of a herd animal, and putting on the heads of beasts, those who in such wise transform themselves into the appearance of a wild animal, penance for 3 years, because this is devilish. Wow, I'd be screwed. Alright, so, yeah, that's ridiculous, but the etymology of the word Ooser is of special interest in, Toohey, Indiana witches. Hoosier, the Hoosier state. This is really interesting. Alright, I did not know this. I did not know that any of these people were from Indiana. Where are you guys? American Folkloric Witchcraft blogspot.com. Where are you guys in Indiana? Alright, so this is interesting. So yes, Ooser is a special part of special interest to we Indiana witches, as we Indiana natives are labeled by the strange moniker Hoosier, which is a variation of Ooser. The Indiana historian Jacob Piat Dunn Jr. found that the word Hoosier was used in the South to refer to woodsmen and rough hill people. So Mr. Piat traced this word back to England, and the word Ooser, meaning anything large in the Cucumberland dialect. This was derived from the Anglo-Saxon who, meaning high or hill. Mr. Pratt suggests that this word was brought from England and applied to people who lived in the southern mountains. So this word then migrated north to the southern hills of Indiana. Hoosier is still sometimes used in the southern United States to characterize someone who is less than sophisticated, or more bluntly, an ignorant rustic. Thus, a Hoosier is a pagan. Wow. Really? Alright. I really don't care for, well, I mean, these are words way back when, so whatever. That's really interesting. I had no idea. So, alright, the head of Atho. So the head of Atho was claimed by Raymond Howard and the Coven of Atho to be a genuine relic of the ancient rites of witchcraft, although an article in the Eastern Daily Press from March 1967 stated that laboratory examination had shown the statue to be carved of English oak around 2,200 years ago. Oh wow, that head was recently proven to be fake. So, it is hollow and has many witchcraft symbols carved on it. When a small crucible of water with a lighted candle under it, it is placed in the back of the head. The result is awe-inspiring. The red glass eyes of the head light up, and steam emits from the tips of the horns. Oh, that'd be really neat. That'd be a really neat, just a decoration. So only a month after the newspaper report in April of 1967, the head was stolen from Howard's shop, and it was the only item taken in the robbery. It has never been recovered. So Doreen Valentine suggests that Atho is a corruption of the Welsh Ardu, or Dark One. That is seriously still amazing about Indiana. I did not know that. So heads in Celtic worship. So why masks of the horn god? Why not horn crowns or full statuary? So the imagery of the talking head is widely considered to derive from the Celtic cult of the head. The head was considered the home of the soul. Celts had a reputation as headhunters, according to Paul Jacobsthal. So, among the Celts, the human head was venerated above all else, since the head was, to the Celt, the soul, center of the emotions as well as of life itself, a symbol of divinity and of powers of the other world. Arguments for a Celtic cult of the severed head include the many sculptured representations of severed heads in Latene carvings and surviving Celtic mythology, which is full of stories of several severed heads of heroes and the saints to carry their decapitated heads, right down to Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, where the Green Knight picks up his own severed head after Gawain has struck it off, just as Saint Denis carried his head to the top of Montmartre. The head of Bran is said to protect the British people and was said to continue to speak prophecy even after death. That'd be interesting. That would be neat. So the ravens of the Tower of London are said to belong to Bran, whose name means raven. So it is said that should these ravens ever leave and Bran's blessing be revoked, that Britain shall fall. Wow. That's interesting. That's a really, really interesting. So it's pretty interesting still about the whole Hoosier thing. I mean, that's really interesting. I am deeply, I think that's really cool. So Hoosier literally means pagan. Wow. Indiana witches. Where are you guys? I really wish I knew where you guys were. Alright, guys. Yeah, this comes from the mass magic and everything that we've, done and gone through, and that is very interesting to me. I love that idea. So yeah, what do you guys think? I had no clue, and that's giving me more history into this place to where I am. So that's very different, very odd. I did not know that. It's just very exciting. So, but yeah. Kind of, so the pagans, the paganism and all that stuff. I was going to do a Sabrina thing today, but I didn't because, I didn't want to. I don't feel like it. I just feel like shit, so. But that's very interesting about Hoosiers, so. How many people are from Indiana here on my page? Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys remember our mass magic that we did? I still have mine. With the horns and everything, and it's stayed perfect, so. I'm gonna have to go to our, what is it? Our museum. Yeah, we have a museum here, and I'm gonna have to actually look for, like, records of witchcraft or, paganism or whatever here. And it's just really cool. So, very cool. Very, very cool. So, wow, it's really snowing. So, alright guys, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But let me know what you guys think about that. That's very interesting. So yes, alright guys, I love you all very much. Thank you guys for watching. All my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. There we go. Alright guys, I love you all, and thank you guys for watching. And wow, that's just weird. So, alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.